going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here with a channel update from March, excuse me, 22nd, 2012. And first of all, excuse me, spring has sprung here in Connecticut, and within the past week, the weather has changed so dramatically. We've literally gone from 30 to 40 degree days up to 70 degree days with humidity. The pollen outside is crazy, and unfortunately I have allergies, so I'm going to have to clear my throat or my choke or whatever during the course of this video, okay? Actually, I ripped the plastic. I have plastic that I tape my windows up with in the winter to keep the heat inside. Well, the other day I physically ripped it. I got so mad because it was so fucking hot. I woke up in the morning, it was hot as hell. I was like, what the hell? I ripped the plastic off the wall. It's hanging off the wall behind the camera right now. It's pretty funny. But anyway, lots of stuff to talk about. There's a lot of things that have been going on that I want to address, that I want to particularly speak about. We've had a change in regards to scheduling, but I think it's actually going to be something that's going to help a little bit with some of the stuff that I have to do. I want to talk a little bit about some things I'm going to be doing this week that I haven't gotten to yet, but things that I am definitely going to do over the next couple of days. I got some Project 7 news, so a lot of stuff coming up. Stay tuned. Just please watch the whole video. Everything in this video is going to be pretty important and interesting, and please tell everyone who doesn't watch these videos to watch it because they're going to answer a lot of their questions, okay? So anyway, first of all, just to start off, because this is just a general thing, but I've almost hit 15,000 followers on Twitter, and that's a really cool thing. If I remember correctly, at the beginning of the fall of last year, I didn't even have like 8,000 subscribers. So over the past 6 months, I've basically doubled my Twitter subscribers. I am daily now using my Twitter at They Call Me DSP to give updates. Sorry, I told you this was going to happen. To give updates, to basically give you information on business. Like, what videos are going up today? Is there something wrong with YouTube? Etc. 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 I don't use Twitter like everyone else, who's constantly every 10 seconds tweeting bullshit about a sandwich that they ate, or how they fucking had the last square of toilet paper and they had to wipe it with their hand with their ass, or their ass with their hand. I don't do that bullshit, okay? Like, I see it's ridiculous. I see people on Twitter with 200 followers who've done like 70,000 fucking tweets. No one cares, okay? You're not important enough that people care about every single fucking thing you do all day. At least that's the kind of person I am. There's not one person on this planet who I want to hear every little fucking stupid thing that they do all day. So, when I use Twitter, I use it for business purposes and important things. Perfect example, when we were filming episode 3 of Project 7 this past Sunday, I actually took a picture on set and tweeted it. And so, just from that picture, you basically got a sneak peek at episode 3 of Project 7. That's the kind of stuff I put up there. So, if you don't use Twitter, I understand a lot of people say we don't use Twitter, you know, we like Facebook or other things. I'm never going to make my own Facebook page because Facebook is complicated. It takes a while to set up. You have to maintain it. I mean, people actually hire teams of people to run their Facebook pages. It's absolutely true. All these popular, you know, these celebrities and businesses, they don't do their own Facebook stuff. They hire people to do it for them. So I'm never going to have a Facebook page, so don't ask. I know a lot of people ask. No, I don't have an official one. There are a couple ones out there that are like fan-based pages that fans have made them, but I do not have a Facebook page. But Twitter is the simplest, easiest thing. It's a way for me to connect directly with you, the fans. Like I said, almost at 15,000. That's awesome. I would love, if anything, I would really love if people would kind of loosen up a little bit and realize that Twitter isn't a negative thing if you use it properly, and follow me. I would love to jump, you know, to 25,000 followers over the next couple of months. I think that would be great. But obviously I can't force people to do something like that, but I'll tell you, it is a great way to get information about what I'm doing on a daily basis. Okay, my Twitter plug's done. I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, because I am excited. It's exciting that you're hitting like a milestone like 15,000 people who are actively following what you say, you know. So anyway, now let's talk about some things that have happened this week, and then we'll jump into some things that are getting shuffled around and some changings in plans, okay? First of all, the Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City 4-player co-op took place on Tuesday, and I think it surprised a lot of people because the game ended up being kind of short. Like, after playing a 4-player co-op game like Dead Island, like we did last year, I think John Rambo and I expected this game was going to be long, it was going to be complex, have side missions, and it had none of that. It was basically a 5-hour-long game, 7 missions, which roughly run about a half an hour each. Some of them took us a little bit longer, so it was around 4 to 5 hours for the campaign. And it was myself, John Rambo, Pandali, and Corchado who teamed up to play this game. Now I'm just going to say this, I'm not going to go on a tirade or a rant about something that happened with this footage, but just to explain to everyone what happened. A lot of people have never heard Pandali do commentary. A lot of people have never heard a girl in general do commentary on gameplay videos, okay? And she has a certain style of commentary. I would actually think it is kind of similar to what I do. A little bit different, definitely. A little bit more, you know, a lot of uniqueness to it. But a lot of the stuff is kind of similar to what I do. And a lot of people were basically, when they watched these videos, just took it upon themselves to instead, now let me give you an example. There's a difference between constructive criticism and just attacks and negativity and trolling. There is a difference. Constructive criticism is, oh, you know what, maybe there's a little bit too much commentary in this particular portion of the video. I wish that certain people would cut back. Not, you know, negative, attacking, harmful words to put on a comment on a video. This person sucks. They should shut the fuck up. They're ruining the video. You should put that girl back in the kitchen and make you sandwiches when you're playing. She has no place even being in this playthrough. Like, I saw some of the most vile, sexist, bigoted comments I've ever seen in my life on some of these Raccoon City videos. Now, keep in mind, I kind of expected that this was going to happen, and here's why. I understand that my fan base, a lot of my fan base, are teenagers or even kids that are younger. They're maybe not as, you know, super mature, you know what I mean? They don't have a filter on their mouths or their comments. And so, as soon as they feel something negative about the video, instead of thinking, they immediately go to typing. So they say really stupid, bad things that don't belong on the video, and I had to police these videos. And I fully expected that because this was the very first playthrough where Pandali was participating in a mainstream game. I mean, sure, we've done Ratchet and Clank and we did Mario Party, but those are kind of fringe games. Not everyone's going to watch those. I think this was a game that everyone had their eyes on. They wanted to see if it was going to be a good game or not. Incidentally, it didn't end up turning out being a great game, but we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But yeah, I knew that all eyes were going to be on this playthrough, and that some of my mainstream fans were finally going to see her do commentary in the video, and predictably, they completely were non-responsive or non-adaptive to change. They complained about every single thing that was different. They said, well, we like John Rambo and Phil, but I can't hear Phil's friend, and that is true. The problem is that my friend Corchado, unfortunately, his mic was busted, and he was trying to get it to work. So a lot of the times we could hear him, but for whatever reason, when the camera recorded him, it didn't catch him all the time. So we fully apologize for that. But then also complaining about Pandali's commentary. They don't like her voice. She talks too much. She talks too little. She's obnoxious. She's annoying. She's this, she's that. Every possible complaint under the sun that has no bearing on the video, doesn't belong in a comment on the video, and doesn't help. Okay? Again, comments are for constructive discussion and criticism, not for people to just vent their fucking emotions. You know what I mean? And this is a perfect example. If you watch a TV show, like you say that you watch the TV show House, and you don't like a certain character on it, for whatever reason, they just get your goat. What do? You don't watch the show. That one character really annoys you, so I don't watch it. So if you're watching a video on YouTube, and you don't like it, close it, and don't watch it anymore. Okay? It's that simple. It's free, as John Rambo says, free and optional entertainment. You're not being forced to watch it, and you're not paying to watch it. You haven't wasted any investment of anything. It was free. You made the choice to watch it. You don't like it, you can stop watching. You don't go, for example, in the case of House, the TV show, you don't go to Fox's website online and spam their forums with nasty shit about the character. This guy's a fag, and he doesn't belong on the show, and he ruins the show, and he's a bad personality, and you should do this, he's a fucking piece of shit. You don't see that. And if you see that, it gets policed, and it's gone. It's off the website. Now, the flip side of that is if you want to say something positive, you could make an intelligent forum or an intelligent thread somewhere, maybe over on Fox forums. Listen, I really don't agree with the character of Tal. Here's the reasons why. I think that if you did this and this, the show would be a lot better. What does everyone else feel? That's completely different. And unfortunately, I saw very little of that kind of commentary or comments on the Raccoon City videos. All I saw was hateful, negative shit, and I'm not going to put up with it. So, bottom line is a lot of people got blocked. They did. Probably about 20 people total got blocked for saying really nasty things. A lot of comments got deleted because it has no bearing on the video. And just think of it this way. So now, you are a girl gamer, a female gamer, and you've heard that Phil's doing his first major playthrough with a girl. So you're like, wow, this is cool, let me go check it out. And you go to check it out and you're watching, okay, the videos you're watching, and then you look at the comments, go back to the kitchen, fuck you, you're horrible, this, you know, all these harmful words about my girlfriend. You'll be like, what the fuck, I don't want to be here, this is a hostile environment, and you leave. So I can't have that shit on my videos. I can't have people being isolated, being, you know, feeling singled out, feeling bullied or abused because you fucking people leave unfiltered, ridiculous comments on my videos. So, I'm sorry, I'm not like a lot of other YouTubers who they become so big that they don't even care. They let people say whatever they want, there's fucking racist shit on their videos, there's all this stuff. I have a personal connection with my fans, and I, number one, don't want anyone to ever think that that kind of behavior is acceptable. It is not. It's vile and it's disgusting. Regardless of if Pandalee's my girlfriend or not, saying that kind of stuff in general to any woman is fucked up, okay? And you shouldn't do it. But I have to police my videos. It's just good business. It's better business for me to do that and make sure that my videos portray a positive attitude towards what's going on in the videos, not, you know, and it's different again if you're criticizing, you're giving constructive criticism. I didn't like it and here's why and here's what you can do to be better. That's completely acceptable. What I was seeing on those videos was the complete negative polar opposite, where there was just no positivity at all. It was just fucking people being complete assholes, and those people have been blocked and their comments have been removed. So that's what happened with the Raccoon City playthrough. I knew that was going to happen, like I said, being the first mainstream playthrough with a girl in it. Now, here's the thing, and here's what I'm trying to stress to a lot of people. Don't freak out. Okay, so you don't like one particular part. Maybe you didn't like the fact that we couldn't hear Corrucciato. Maybe you just didn't like Pandalee commentary. Fine. Guess what? You don't have to watch the video. So just don't watch those videos. The good thing is, no, I'm not all of a sudden changing all of my commentary to always have her in it, to always have Corrucciato in it, or anything like that. We're still going to do co-op with John Rambo. I'm still going to have those videos. We're still going to have most of my videos just me doing my regular commentary while playing games. So nothing's changing. The only thing that's changing, maybe once a month, maybe not even that often, you're going to see a playthrough with myself and Pandalee, and maybe you'll want to watch it, and maybe you won't. It's completely your choice. But to just spew that vile negativity and nasty stuff on the videos is absolutely ridiculous. And people say, oh, censorship, censorship. No, censorship is when someone has something important and legitimate to say, and you shut them up. Censorship is not, oh my god, people are saying ridiculously harmful things and I get rid of it. That's not censorship. Again, I didn't censor people who were saying intelligent things or had good arguments or good comments or constructive things to say. Those people have a right to speak. But not everyone just has a right to say whatever the fuck they want. It's that simple. It's my video, my content, my rules, I can put on it whatever the fuck I want. I can turn off the comments if I want, and then of course everyone will flip out again. So just be happy I'm not turning off the comments and stuff like this, and I am taking the time to police those kind of videos. So now I've gone on entirely too long about the whole discussion. It's a done deal, it's over, it's a closed discussion in my opinion. I took care of it, I policed the videos, those people are gone, and I think everything's fine at this point. So everyone calm down, take a deep breath, and let's move on, okay? Speaking of moving on, what's the next thing I did this week? I played Ninja Gaiden 3. And I almost said Gaiden, because I always say Gaiden, but sometimes I say Gaiden. I don't know, I say either one. And I played it, and keep in mind this is the game that initially was getting very negative reviews, okay, from a lot of the mainstream media, including a certain buddy of mine who wrote a review over at IGN, but I say that sarcastically. I don't think Ninja Gaiden 3 is that bad. I think it's a game that is definitely, from what people are telling me, different from the first two in the series. I think it's going in a different direction. I definitely think the game is oversimplified in a lot of ways, but I think the game is fun as hell. I played through it and I had a lot of fun playing it. I thought some of the bosses were great. Some of the actual combos and things that you can unlock as you play the game were really fun. The graphics were really good, and the frames per second actually remained high throughout the entire game, so it was actually a pretty streamlined, action-packed experience for me. Compare that to a game like Asura's Wrath just a month ago that, sure, the game visually looked great, but the gameplay was balls. Like, there was nothing to the gameplay. There was almost no gameplay. This game actually had a significant chunk of gameplay in it, and I felt like this was a more complete game than a game like Asura's Wrath. So I don't think the game's that bad. Now, I haven't played the multiplayer yet, and a lot of people have been asking me, so here's, let's address this in the channel update. Phil, why didn't you review Operation Raccoon City yet? Phil, are you going to review Ninja Gaiden 3? Well, Remember, I don't like to review games until I've at least made an attempt to play every mode in them, so I have a complete view of how the game is. Well, supposedly, Operation Raccoon City is supposed to have some Nemesis mode. That's what Grog was saying, and that's what some people were saying. That there's a Nemesis mode somewhere in the game where I guess there's something to do with Nemesis. Now, I didn't see that in the menus. Now, I'm going to look. What I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to look, and if I can find it, I'm going to play it. If it's not there, it's not there. So if it's a DLC or it's something that's coming out later, there's nothing I can do about it. That's not considered part of the retail game. So if it's there, I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to review it. If it's not there, then I'm just going to review it, okay? Same thing along the lines with Ninja Gaiden 3. Ninja Gaiden 3 actually has online play. Now, I have no idea how this online play is going to pan out. I don't even know how you could do online play with a game like Ninja Gaiden. We're going to find out tomorrow because I'm going to jump into that. We're going to try that out. And then once I've experienced that, then I'm going to review Ninja Gaiden 3. So on Friday, here's what you're going to see. You're going to see possibly more gameplay of Operation Raccoon City. Probably not too much, but just enough to try the Nemesis mode if it's actually in the game, plus the Hateful Truth review of that game. You're going to see more gameplay of Ninja Gaiden 3. It's going to be online gameplay, so you get to see the feel of what those modes are, plus the Hateful Truth review of Ninja Gaiden 3, okay? And I think both of those reviews people are waiting to hear, they really want to hear my opinion. Number one, Operation Raccoon City, because I did a 4-player co-op, and people seem to have mixed opinions. The reviews definitely have mixed opinions as well. Ninja Gaiden 3, because it seems like the mainstream media panned the game when a lot of people are watching my playthrough and leaving comments like, this doesn't look so bad. Why did the mainstream media say the game's so bad? I've got some really good things to say about that, and I'm going to save them for the review. So definitely check out those 2 reviews tomorrow, okay? Now also, depending on how long it takes me to do that stuff, because again, I don't know if there's going to be Nemesis gameplay or not. I don't know how long it's going to take me to do online play for Ninja Gaiden 3. There is a DLC that came out this week, but I didn't know about it until later on. There's actually another Saints Row 3 DLC called The Trouble with Clones, and it's about cloning Johnny Gat. And I think it's an interesting premise. I played the last 2 DLCs. I thought they were fun, so I'm going to play this one. So that's coming up, but I can't guarantee you that it's going to be tomorrow, but it will be coming up in the next couple of days. Speaking of which, let's talk about the next couple of days. There has been a schedule change. The schedule change is that, unfortunately, John Rambo told me he's not able to make it this weekend to do any kind of co-op or to do Smart Guys. So, unfortunately, what that means is none of that footage this week. There's just nothing we can do about it. What it does mean is that I have more time to myself to do stuff. So, if I don't get to the Saints Row DLC tomorrow, I'll probably start it on Saturday. I also, in addition to that, have a code behind me for the Dead or Alive 5 demo. That actually came by pre-ordering Ninja Gaiden 3, and I have that, and I want to check that out. So that's another possibility of something I could do in the next couple of days. In addition to that, as you know, in the past week I did get a chance to play Street Fighter Cross Tekken a lot. I really did enjoy it, but this past week I've been busy, have not had a chance to do any more gameplay of it, so there's a possibility that during this weekend, maybe I'll get to try out some newer characters, or maybe I'll get to do some more online play. People really enjoyed my first set of online play for this game, so I may do another set, okay? So that may be coming up this weekend as well. All of that footage may be coming up this weekend. In addition to all of that, yeah, I know I keep saying in addition, you're like, Jesus, that's a lot of stuff. In addition to all of that, remember, I still have some games lingering out there, okay, that I haven't had a chance to play. I mean, this one too. And at this point, these 2 games, I'm really not feeling like I'm going to really have a chance to play them. I don't know. As you see, they're still unopened. I've only had them for about 2 weeks, so there's a possibility I can still return them. But I'm trying to decide what to do with these 2. But these 3 games are all possibilities. Remember, I still have this one right here. This is a little favorite someone might remember that I never got to play, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. And then we've also got, of course, the one that I bought this past week, Silent Hill HD Collection. So we've got a massive amount of possibilities for gameplay that I can do in the coming few days, weekend, Monday. And now you might say, well, what about Tuesday? What comes out on Tuesday? The truth of the matter is, there's really no major releases this coming week. This is the first week in a very, very long time that there are no major releases coming out this last week of March. Now, coming up in April, there's a few things. Actually, that first weekend of April, my girlfriend will be here, so I'll be spending time with her, so there'll probably be limited to no gameplay during that week, and it'll be a short week for me. But what I'm going to do, and this is I'm announcing in this video, also coming in the next few days, or maybe Monday, depending on how much time I have, I'm going to amend my gaming schedule. I know I haven't done it since like December/January, and it's very outdated at this point. everything from April on is just very, you know, touchy. It's not, I never really filled out April or the rest of the months coming up. So now that we're further into the year, what I'm going to do is I'm going to update my gaming schedule in a new video that I will put out. And so I'll be talking about it, I'll be tweeting about it. I want everyone to watch this video. This is what happens though. I make these videos for the gaming schedule and like 10,000, 20,000 people watch it, and then everyone else doesn't watch it because, you know, they don't watch it immediately or whatever, and then no one knows what I'm playing, and I get 5 billion questions, what am I playing? Well, it's public, it's there, the answers are there, so be on the lookout for that. That will be coming up over the next couple of days as well. So, to recap before I get to my final topic, which is Project 7, tomorrow will be basically like a big variety day. You're going to have online gameplay Ninja Gaiden 3 plus the Hateful Truth review. You're going to possibly have Nemesis mode gameplay of Operation Raccoon City. If not, you're still going to have the Hateful Truth review. And possibly I'll be starting the Saints Row 3 DLC, The Trouble with Clones. Okay? Also coming up over the next couple of days, you'll see the Dead or Alive 5 demo. Also coming up over the next couple of days, you will see a new schedule update video explaining all of the newer games that I'll be playing. Coming in the next couple of months, and since this next week it's looking like it's going to be a slow week, there's a possibility I could start any of these games, and I have an idea probably of the one that I'm going to start first because I am interested in it, but we'll get to that as we get to it, okay? So the last thing I want to talk about, Project 7 Episode 3. Didn't get to talk a lot about it this week simply because we filmed this episode on Sunday, wrapped in one day, so we filmed for over 12 hours straight. And unfortunately, there was a fire extinguisher mishap, where a fire extinguisher was in a closet and actually went off, which filled the room we were filming in with noxious gas, which unfortunately, I was standing right next to the fucking thing, and it went right into my lungs. So I lost my voice for part of the day, and unfortunately, while we were filming, you're going to see in Episode 3 some of the scenes I'm probably very coarse with what I'm saying. Maybe it's going to be hard to even understand me. There's just nothing we could do. We tried taking multiple takes, and the more that I talked, the worse it got, basically. And I really didn't get my voice fully back until Tuesday when I was able to do the Operation Raccoon City playthrough. So, anyway, we filmed it on Monday. The footage is now firmly in the hands of Respect the Pact. As of last night, I provided them with the soundtrack for the episode, and they're hard at work. They will be hard at work trying to get this episode ready for everyone. Now, I have created a thread in my forums at thekingofhate.com. I've put a link to that thread in the description of this video. Check it out, because I actually, in this post, talk a lot about the episode, about what it's about, how it's different from episode 1 and 2, and it's basically kind of like a preview teaser explaining a lot about the show. Over 1,000 people have already checked out the thread because I tweeted it earlier today, but definitely go check out the thread yourself if you haven't yet. You're going to see some interesting info about episode 3, okay? So check that out, and I can tell you, I really feel it's going to be another funny episode. It's going to be a little different, again. Every episode we're trying to do something a little bit different. This one's a lot more action-based. It's not just us standing around, dicking around a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's action-adventure. You're going to see lots of effects and things, more effects than any episode up to this, that's for sure. And there's no gameplay, meaning that montage that we did in episode 2 of the gameplay was just there to be part of the episode. It's not something we're doing every episode. So, no, Project 7 is not us playing games every episode. It's completely different than that. And you'll see what I mean once you see this episode. So I'm really excited about it. Our target date for getting this episode out is that weekend of April 6th to 8th. We're hoping we can get it out by that weekend. We're not promising anything, but that's what we're aiming for. And of course, leading up to that date, we will have things such as trailers. Last time we had 2 trailers. We'll probably have a couple trailers this time. We will possibly have some Easter egg videos. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I think people should comment on this video explaining what I'm talking about. But there's some really cool viral marketing we're doing for Project 7 that some people have seen and they really like it, and other people have no idea that it exists yet. But we're hoping over the next couple of episodes people will figure out that it exists. So it's out there. Check it out. If you know what I'm talking about, leave a comment. Maybe people will actually check it out. I don't know. But anyway, there's going to be another viral marketing video coming out in the next couple of weeks as well, all to the lead up of the release of episode 3. So I'm excited. Project 7 is in full swing. And then next time when we talk about episode 4, which will be sometime in late April, I'm going to start talking about Machinima, because Machinima is looking to run a limited run of the series, episodes 1 through 4, on their channels, and we're going to see what happens with that. But more on that as it approaches, okay? So that's it for this channel update. It's been a really long one, a cumulative one. Like I said, a lot of stuff going on. It was an important one. I'm glad that I got to talk about certain subjects, and now people kind of understand what was going on. And that's that. So thanks for tuning in. And I'm Darkside Phil. I'll see you for more gameplay this week. Stay tuned. See you then.